Hello everyone. In the sequence of comprehensive passage, today we will learn second scene passage prescribed by MSBTE, and that is grind. Grind is written by Sundareshwaran C. Before getting into the chapter, the writer asks a few questions, that is, what is your goal in life? What efforts are you taking to achieve your goal? How do you tackle the problems you face? So here, the all three questions is related to the achieving of goal. Okay, everybody has some or other goal in their life. One should keep some goal in one's life, and then everyone has their own way to uh, reach up to the goal of their life or fulfill the dream of their life. Okay, and it but obvious that to fulfill the dream of your life, you will face some or other difficulties or problems in your life. So the writer asks that how you tackle the problems you face. So with this introductory questions only, we can make out that the chapter is something about being successful and the struggle one need to do and the efforts one need to put to reach up to that level. So let's see what is there in the uh, passage. Dream, because dreams do come true, is repeatedly said by every legend who has etched his or her name in the history of time. We all have dreams, dreams of making it big in the area we are interested in, being the best in whatever we do, living a life surrounded by luxury. Everything on this planet within our reach, and the list goes on. Actually, it does not end there. Having a dream is only half a battle won. The next half is the most important and crucial one, that is radical action. As Mahatria says, it takes what it takes to become what you want to become. The only way is to work your way up one step at a time. There is no other way. So here the writer says dream, because dreams do come true. If writer motivate us or inspire us that we should dream, everyone should dream, because dreams is something which comes true, which turns true in future. It is uh, said repeatedly by every legend who has etched his or her name in the history of time. The person who has leveled their name, the person who has created history, who become known as a legend for all of us, always have this type of statement that you should dream, because dream is the only thing which comes true. Okay, he said, we all have dreams, dreams of making it big in the area we are interested in. Okay, it's but natural that each and everybody had some or other dream. Okay, and we have dream to make big in whatever field we are interested in, whatever quality or talent we are having, we feel that we should do something big with this talent or quality and create our name. Okay, being the best in whatever we do, living a life surrounded by luxury, everything on this planet within our reach, and the list goes on. So this is a common dream which everybody sees, that I should get, I should reach on the top of the field in which I'm interested of. I should be well known in the world. I should live a life which is completely surrounded with the luxuries. I should have everything at my reach. Okay, whatever is there in the planet should be in my reach, and the list goes on. That means expectations to get everything goes on with each and everybody. But actually, it does not end there. Just to see dream is not something. Okay, we can say that the legends used to say that dream because dream comes true. So I have a long list of dream. So why don't it comes true? It is only half a battle won. It is half part of your life. Uh, Half of the battle of your life is won by keeping a dream, by setting a goal, by uh, setting a target of your life, that what you want to become, what you want to achieve, where you want to become, what all things you want to have. This is the dream. This is your planning, and this is only the half of the battle won. But rest half of the battle is yet to be completed. Okay, and that the next half is most important and crucial one. It is crucial. It is quite more difficult than just seeing the dream. And that is called the radical action. First you dream, first you plan, first you set a target in your life, and then convert those dreams, goal or target of your life into the action. Because without action, you're not going to get anything you dreamt of. Okay, so here is the statement of Mahatria. He says, it takes what it takes to become what you want to become. Okay, what you want to become, that is set by you, and it takes what it takes to become. It takes you to the way where you want to become. What? Your radical action. Your action will takes you to the path where you want to reach. The only way is to work your way up one step at a time. Only one way, and there is no other way. Only one way is to move towards your dream, to take one step at a time towards your dream. Okay, it's not like you slept in the night or woke up in the morning and uh, have big dream and you will fulfill it in one night or overnight. It is something where for which you have to struggle. So what you have to do is you have to take one step at a time. Take one step, get something, then move ahead, and then move ahead. There is no other way. I mean, there is no shortcut for achieving or getting success. Everyone has big dreams and high hopes, but when the time comes to act towards realizing the dream, fear creeps in and all types of self-limiting questions flood our mind. What if I end up penniless? What if I fail so badly that I regret for it my entire life? And the most dominant and common one being, what if I become a laughing stock and end up embarrassing my family, etc.? Such questions pop up in the weak mind. Due to these self-limiting beliefs, we don't even start or take the first step towards our dream. So here the writer says everyone has big dreams and high hopes. Okay, that is but natural things that everybody wants to become something in their life. Everybody has high hope and expectations. But when the time comes to take action or to act to fulfill the dream or the target of your life, fear creeps in. Fear started entering, rolling in our mind. Okay, that is that self-limiting questions flooded our mind. Self-limiting questions means we ourselves created lots of questions which limited us to move ahead, to take action towards our dream, because without action we will not be able to reach our dream, okay, fulfill our dream. But here, before we start or before we think of taking action to fulfill our dream, that fear started creeping in our mind. We ourselves with the limited with so many thoughts. What are the thoughts? That what if I end penniless? What if I'll not successful in my business or completing my dream or target? What if I fail so badly that I regret for it my entire life? What if I will not success because I have seen a dream, now I have to take action? And if I'll fail in my dream, fulfilling my dream, if I'll fail on the way, and then I will regret throughout my life that why I have chosen this path to become. Okay, and then what type of question comes next? That the most dominating and common things which comes in our mind is, what if I become a laughing stock and end up embarrassing my family? That means he's telling, what if I become I become a matter of laugh for the people? What if the people will start laughing at me that I'm a failure, I'm not able to get what I wanted to do, and because of me only, my whole family will get embarrassed. So these all thoughts that I will be penniless, if I'll fail, if I'll become the laughing stock for the people, my family will get embarrassed. These all thoughts, negative thoughts started coming in our mind, and that is called, okay, this type of questions pop up comes in weak mind. If you are weak, if you are in dilemma, if you are not clear with your dreams, if you are not determined to fulfill your dream, this type of questions pop up or dance or come arrive or creep in your mind. Okay, and because of these self-limiting beliefs, we don't even start to take the first steps towards a dream. And with this thought, because of these all thoughts, okay, as our mind is weak and these all thoughts started coming in our mind, we won't be able to take step, because we get afraid that if it's these all things will happen to me, I'll be nowhere, I will not, neither I will reach to my towards my neither I will get or fulfill my goal of life, nor I'll be happy. So that thought stop us to take the step, to take the risk in the life and move forward. Yes, you might not have a great start, but in order to become great, you need to start. You need to get going, even if you don't feel like it. The world record holder for sprinting, Usain Bolt, 100 meters in 9.58 seconds, shared in an interview what goes through his mind sometimes when he is in practice session, completely exhausted. At that moment, you just want to stop. You just want to give up right there. To hell with this. I just want to go home. Sometimes when you get up from the bed, you know what type of training is planned for you today. It's like, oh God, I don't want to go today, but you have to go. That makes him what he is today. Even the people you look up to and admire go through this negative thinking process, but they take the step and move forward in spite of this negative mindset. That makes them a legend. So here the writer says, yes, you might not have a great start. Of course, this thoughts is not wrong. We can't deny this type of thought. But one need to take step. Okay, one need to take risk in one's life. And of course, there is a chance that your start may not be so great. Okay, at the beginning only you're not going to get success or see uh, or achieve whatever you want to, but you need to get going even if you don't feel like it. But what you have to do at a certain point, if you don't feel like going forward, you have to go. You have to move ahead. Then only you will reach towards your target. Okay, you have to take step by step and step by step. Then only you will reach towards your target. Here, it's example of Usain Bolt. This name is very common, very known for everybody. He is a legend athlete. Okay, he is a legend. He is a great athlete who have created world record. Okay, in 100-meter sprint, that is 9.58 seconds. He has completed his 100-meter sprint in 9.58 seconds. He once shared his view in an interview that what goes in his mind sometimes when reporters ask him that what goes in your mind sometimes. He shared that when he is in his practice session and completely exhausted by doing practice throughout the day, when he got exhausted, at that moment when the body is completely tired, he feel that at that moment, I just want to stop. I said, that's it. Okay, I don't want to continue. I just want to give up right now. I don't want to move ahead and do more practice. I just want to give up and to hell with this. Okay, I'm completely tired. I'm exhausted. I just want to go home. I just want to go home. I don't want to do all this practice and this hard work. But sometimes when you get and he said that sometimes when you get up from your bed and you know that what planning is kept for you today. Okay, you know that today throughout the day you have to work more harder than the previous day, or you know that from morning till night or till evening I have to do these, that, those. That means you know you know that the day is going to be very hard. It's like at that time you feel like, oh God, I don't want to go today. Okay, you people might have experience is in your schools, even when you have some class test, some submission, 2 3 works, and you got up from your bed in the morning and you just and you know that today how your day is going to. Okay, that time you feel that no, I don't want to go to the school, but you have to go. Okay, so here he is telling that in spite of all those thoughts which comes in my mind, I thought I have to go. You have to go, and that is the only thing which makes him what he is today. What he is today, he is a legend for us. Okay, even the people you look up to and admire. Okay, it's not like only Usain Bolt. Usain Bolt may not be your ideal, may not be the person whom you admire. There may be some other person whom you are admiring and you want to become like that. You want to look up in their life, that how successful they are, how happy they are possessing all the requirements, luxuries of the life. If you're admiring someone, that is they themselves have not reached up to that level without struggling with this type of thoughts. But what you have to do is you have to ignore this type of thoughts. You have to struggle, you have to fight with these types of thoughts, and then and move ahead. Then only you're going to become like those whom you admire. Okay, negative thinking process, you have to go through this negative thinking process. Everybody has to. Once you are working hard, you are getting tired, it but obvious that you feel very tired, you don't want to move ahead, you don't want to do the work anymore, you don't want to uh, uh, involve in the that process or activity, but you have to go ahead, you have to move ahead and remove all this negative thought from your mind. Then only you will be called as a legend. That thought only makes the people legend. We have a long list of legend people. If I'll ask you who is your idol, you have a long list. Okay, this is the man whom I admire, this is the lady whom I admire, this is the person whom I admire in this field, in that field, in those field. Why? Because they are legend. Okay, so everybody have come across this kind of negative thought in their life, but they didn't give up at that. With that thought, they moved ahead, and that movement makes them the legend, and people like us admire them, keeping them as our role models. Body says, stop, I am tired. Mind says, I can't anymore. But the heart says, you still have a goal to achieve, and you go back to work. That is grind. Easier said than done. But in order to be great, you must start. You need to practice this grind mindset day and day out. Yes, it is going to be forced, and it does not seem natural at the initial stages. You need to dig in deep and keep grinding even after you get tired. Boxing legend Muhammad Ali was asked, how many sit-ups do you do every day? Muhammad Ali replied, I don't count my sit-ups. I only start counting when it starts to pain. That is what really counts. There is no such things called easy success. And the famous overnight success does not exist. Okay, writer says, body says, stop, I'm tired. The body is completely tired sometimes after doing hard work. And mind is also tired, and it says, stop, I can't anymore. Now I can't think, I can't work on any content anymore. But your heart says that you still have some goal in your life, and to achieve that goal, you have to go back to that process again. You have to work hard again to reach towards your goal. And that is only called grind. That means, in spite of all the difficulties, the struggle, you have to move ahead, you have to do hard work, and that is called grind. Okay, to grind yourself. Easier said than done. Yes, of course, it is easy to say than to bring into bring it into action. But in order to be great, you must start. But if you really want to become great, okay, if you really want to achieve your goal, you have to start. You need to practice, and this grind mindset. Okay, you need to practice the grind and keep the grind mindset. That means I have to face all the problems, I have to face all the hard work to reach up to my target, and that is called grind mindset. Be ready to grind yourself. Keep that mindset in yourself day in and day out. Throughout the day, I will struggle to reach, I will keep practicing to reach up to my target. Okay, yes, it is going to be forced, and it does not seem natural at the initial stage. Yes, of course, it's natural that it is going to be natural. It is not going to be natural in the beginning, because if you start something, difficulties comes up, at your learning stage, at your beginning stage of achieving your goal, you have to face lots of difficulties. Okay, as you might have so many examples when you are in school at the beginning, when the or if I'll give you example of a small kid, if the kid starts doing uh, uh, when they start their education, first they learn to hold the pencil, they learn to hold the pencil, and that even will be difficult for them to hold. But after practicing so many times, they it will be easier, it will be like anything for like natural for them to handle the pencil, but at the beginning it is difficult for them. And then similarly with the letters, with the alphabets, first they start with the sleeping line, standing line, and then later on after practicing, so they find it difficult to write a even. Okay, right, alphabet A. But once they keep on practicing in playgroup, nursery, junior, then they will become expert and they forgot about everything, and then only they learn. And those who will practice, they learn and they will reach. Now at where you are here also, you might be getting things very new, taking things very new. You might be facing difficulties, but in due course of time, if you'll keep practicing, if you'll keep exploring things and not give up anything, you will become successful, or you will become what you want to become. Same things here, it is telling that at beginning it may not, you may not find it very natural, it takes efforts, it takes times to move ahead, but after sometimes it becomes practice and you will become perfect. So here you need to dig in deep, you have to go inside, you have to dig deep and keep grinding even after you get tired. That means keep on practicing even after you're tired. Okay, so here is the example of a boxing legend, Muhammad Ali. You all might knowing him that he is one of the great legend, great boxer. Okay, uh, somebody asked him in the interview that how many sit-ups do you do every day? Okay, some reporter or somebody asked Muhammad Ali that how many sit-ups do you do every day? That because this is a part of exercise of boxer. So what did he reply? He replied, I don't count my sit-ups. I only start counting when it start to pain. She's telling at the initial stage, at the beginning, when I start my sit-ups, I don't count at all because that is something which is common for me. But I start counting from the moment when I started feeling pain in my body, in my knees, in my thighs, or in my shoulder. When I start feeling pain, then I start counting, and I count that after pain, after getting the pain, how much I increased with my uh, this sit-ups. Okay, so that means he, when he start paining, that means after getting that tiredness, that pain, he did not give up. He keep on practicing. He moved further, and that is the thing only which makes him legend. And according to him, that only counts, because normal doing, if you are doing it normally, it is nothing, it is common, everybody is doing. Why I am special? Because I have started torture, getting myself tortured with the pain and keep on practicing to achieve my goal. Okay, there is no such thing called easy success. You can't say that he or she has got success easily. And the famous overnight success does not exist. There is no existence of overnight success, that today I slept and morning when I got up I become successful. There is no such shortcut in life. You have to work hard, you have to struggle hard, then only you will reach up to your target. Barcelona and Argentina star forward Lionel Messi, four times World Player of the Year, once said, it took me 19 years to become an overnight success. You need to practice, you need to push forward, even if you don't feel like. It is sacrifice day in and day out. Sacrifice is must. If you want to succeed, everyone in this world is talented. That is why everyone is unique. But your talent can take you only to a certain level. In order to grow past your talent, you need to put in the extra effort. That is, you must grind. That is why it is called skill. So here, Barcelona and Argentina star Lionel Messi. This is the name. This is the name which is there, which is known to each and every person in the world, I think. Okay, even the small children who plays football knows him. Okay, without seeing him, without knowing everything, but when they are playing football, they say, I know Messi. Okay, I want to become Messi. I play like Messi. So this name is a common name. How? Because this person has something unique in himself. He has created something. He has been uh, he has been titled a player or world player of the year 4 times. Okay, this is something which we know. If we'll talk to him, uh, if we find out his struggled life, what did he said? That it took me 19 years to become an overnight success. The person whom everybody knows, the person uh, who shine in every newspaper when he comes to the ground, that success he achieved after the struggle of 19 years. He is telling it took me almost 19 years. I struggled for 19 years. Then only I become an overnight success. Okay, you need to practice to become successful, to become famous, to become well known, to become legend. You need to practice. Okay, you need to push forward. You need to push yourself even if you don't feel like it. If you don't feel of doing something, still, if unless and until you will push forward, you will not move ahead. Okay, you love to ride cycle, but if you will keep it in the stand and move the bicycle, you will not uh, move ahead. Okay, you will not reach up to the target. To reach up to the target, you need to keep moving your paddle of the cycle. And if you're tired, you have to stop. That once you stop, you will not reach to the target. Okay, similarly, he said that you have to practice even if you don't feel like. Okay, you need to push forward if you don't feel like. It is sacrifice. You have to sacrifice everything to reach towards your goal. Okay, day in and day out, you have to sacrifice everything, every luxurious thing, every enjoyment of your life. Enjoyment, I mean, uh, I don't want to do because I'm tired, because this is paining, that is paining. If you look at all these things, you will not be able to reach up to the target. You have to practice, you have to sacrifice, you have to focus in your target, then only you become successful. Okay, everyone in this world is talented. Everybody born with some or other talent. You might have observed in the childhood when we saw the children's kids. Okay, they have some or other talent. Some danced well, some plays well, some sings well, some concentrate on something well, some has good IQ level. Okay, so that means when kid take took birth, they are with talent. Okay, everybody born with some or other talent, and everybody has their unique talent. But what matters is that your talent can take you only to a certain level. Okay, one can identify that he or she is good in sports, he or she is good at dance. Okay, that that particular person have that talent. But in order to grow past your talent, okay, but in order to get identified through your talent, okay, get identified by your talent, you need to put extra effort. Because if I'll talk in today's world, 99% boys at the age, up to the age of 11, 12, 13, 14, or I must say 17, 18, want to become cricketer. Everybody wants to become cricketer because they play at their lawn and everything. But who reach up to the level? Who got selected? Who created history? The person who struggled hard. Okay, the person who gave his best. So in order to grow past, you need to polish your talent. You need to put extra effort in your talent. You must grind day in and day out to polish your talent and turn that talent into skill. That's why the turn after grinding, after polishing your uh, talent, it becomes skill, and that helps you to become legend or icon. The Hollywood actor Will Smith said, talent is what you got naturally. Skill is got by hours and hours and hours on beating on your craft. There is a term called prodigy. Even they need to practice to hone their skill. Okay, so here the Bollywood actor, who is a very well-known actor, Will Smith, said that talent is something which you got naturally, as I told you, from birth. Okay, but by nature or naturally, one born with some or other talent. But if you will practice hours and hours and hours, it becomes skill. And beating in your craft, you become the skillful. Whatever the craft, whatever the talent you have to move on practicing and practicing and turning it into skill. As I gave you example of the writing of alphabets. At the beginning, when you have started writing alphabets, it was not proper, it might not be apt. For so many days you practice and practice, and after completing years and years and years and years, now you might have a good handwriting, you have a fluency, you have a good flow in writing. You might have forgot that how I used to write years ago. Okay, because at that time you had a talent of picking the holding the pencil and putting moving it, but now you have a skill of writing something. Okay, Walter Edward Dandy, an American neurosurgeon, was the first person to perform surgery for posterior fossa partial trigeminal rhizotomy in the brain. No one at that time thought this surgery would be possible, but Walter Dandy had a dream of giving people a second chance to live, and he was willing to start. So he went ahead with the surgery. Do you know, his first 13 patients died. Can you imagine how devastating it would have been? All the blames, criticism, and his own self-doubt tormented him. But Walter was a strong-minded person. In spite of the failures and ridicule, he went ahead with his attempt to find a cure. And now he is proudly known as one of the three founding fathers of neurosurgery. So you need to keep moving forward despite the odds. Even the most accomplished person faces adversity, but the legend is the one who refuses to give up to adversity and rises above it. So here is the example of an American neurosurgeon whose name is Walter Edward Dandy. He was the first person who performed a surgery for posterior fossa partial trigeminal rhizotomy. Okay, this is the term used. This is a type of surgery who was performed by him first. Okay, and that is something which is deal with the brain. No one at that time, the time when he performed that surgery, no one was even thinking of doing that surgery. Okay, but this man had a dream to do surgery and give a try to this surgery and get things sucked and try to do surgery and give people the second chance to live. That means if people find with this fault in their brain, they it was declared that he is going to die. Okay, but this man want to give second chance to that type of patients, and for that sake he tried. Okay, and he tried that surgery not once twice, but he tries it for 13 times, and his patients died on the bed. His patients died. Okay, 13 times his patients died during his trial of surgery, but he didn't give up. Okay, you can just imagine a person who is trying a surgery, who is trying to give another life to the people, and the people, and he won't be able to survive them for 13th time. How embarrassing it would be, how much criticism he would have faced by the people around him, and keeping everything aside, his own self belief that I can do that must be must have shaken. Okay, because this things happens with us. Even if we try something once, twice, thrice, four times, and we find failure every time, we got shaken from inside, and we thought of leaving that practice and trial. But this man keep on trying, and ultimately he become called as one of the pioneer member, or one of the founding father. Okay, he is one of the three founding father of neurosurgery. He's been titled or listed his name in the history as a father of neurosurgery. So what the writer want to say is, you have to keep moving forward despite of all the odds in your life, despite of all the difficulties in your life. You have to keep moving forward. Okay, the day will come when you'll get success if you don't give up because of your failures or some or other difficulties or problems of your life. Our honorable former president Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam was born to a fisherman family in a small village near Rameshwaram. He studied in small government school and used to distribute newspaper in his younger age. Went on to become a world-renowned nuclear scientist, making India a nuclear powerhouse, and famously known for receiving a standing ovation for his speech in EU, that is European Union Parliament. Do you think it must have been a walk in the park for him? From an overnight, from an old ordinary boy from Rameshwaram to becoming a world-renowned scientist and 11th President of India. Our honorable former president, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, everybody knows him, we all respect him. Okay, he born in a very noble family. He born in a family of fishermen. Okay, a boy of fishermen in the village of Rameshwaram. Okay, he studied in small government school, and he used to in the childhood to manage financial uh, condition of his family. He used to deliver newspaper in his childhood, okay, at his younger age. he went to become a renowned nuclear scientist. Okay, he was the one who make India proud in the field of nuclear power, who helped India to be enlisted as a nuclear power in the world map. And not only that, he is such a good orator, good speaker, that his speech was appreciated. His speech got standing ovation in European Union Parliament. Okay, what do you think? It becomes a very easy for him. It's like a walking in the park, just enjoying and getting everything for him. No, he worked hard, struggled hard. A boy from an ordinary family become a world-renowned scientist and 11th president of India. The Real Madrid star and Portugal football team's captain, the legendary Cristiano Ronaldo, was born in a very poor family. His mother was a cook and his father was a kitman in a local football club. In an interview, his mother said Ronnie used to practice daily from morning to night. Ronaldo had to relocate himself away from his family as he got an offer for better training. He was depressed and homesick. He used to call home and cry daily. He had difficulty in making friends. He wanted to quit, but his determination was longer than his self-doubt and focused all his energy in improving his game and improving as a person. Finally, he got selected for Portugal's most famous club, Sporting Lisbon, and even got selected for the top 11 in the Euro 2004 squad for Portugal. Okay, again the name, this is Ronaldo, Cristiano Ronaldo. It is also a very well-known name for everyone. Okay, his family background, if you say, he born in a very poor family and his mother was a cook. She used to cook in others' home. Okay, and his father was a kit man in a local football club. You can imagine how much they might be managing. But in an interview, his mother, Ronaldo's mother, once said that Ronnie used to practice from morning till night. That's what we were talking about, that one need to practice. She is telling from his childhood he used to practice from morning till night, and she's telling once he got a chance, he got an offer from someone to relocate him, to give him training to become good football or training of football. Okay, when he relocated, that means he left his house and went somewhere for training. Okay, at that time he's telling that he is very homesick. He felt very homesick. Daily he used to call his mother and cry. He don't want to stay there, because he don't find himself comfortable with other people. He is very he won't be able to make friends. He wanted to give up, but his determination of becoming a good footballer was more stronger than his self-doubt that I won't be able to make friend, I won't be able to stay here, I miss my home, I miss my parents, I want to go home. These all thoughts are very small in front of his determination to become a good footballer. Okay, and finally with that thought only he keep on practicing, and later on he got selected in Portugal's club, okay, Sporting Lisbon club, and later on he got selected in the squad of Portugal in the year 2004. He was just 19 years old then. September 6, 2005, Portugal was facing Russia for a decisive spot in the 2006 World Cup Germany. Ronaldo was on the starting 11 and was one of the important players in the squad. But few hours before the match, he received an information from his home to about his father's death. His coach gave him an option to go home, but Ronaldo refused and he wanted to dedicate the match to his father. Even though the match ended in a draw due to his brilliant passing, attempts on goal and ball position, he was named man of the match. His father used to tell him that he has to become the best footballer. Now, Cristiano Ronaldo is the most decorated superstar and legend to ever play the sport. A young boy asked Ronaldo, "How do I become like you?" Ronaldo replied, "Believe in your capacities, work hard, give your 100% every time, and dream, because dreams do come true." He was just 19 at the time. Okay, his age was just 19 in the year 2005. He got selected in the team, and this it was a final match of okay. It was a very decisive, very important match in the year 2006. Okay, it is in the year 2006 World Cup. It is a very decisive match, very important match played in Germany. Ronaldo was one of the important player in that team. But few hours before the match start, he got a news from his house that his father, he has lost his father. Okay, the news came that news of his father's death came to him, and coach his coach offer him, okay, gave him a chance to um, option that if you want to go home, you can, okay, you can go because he has lost his father. But this boy Ronaldo refused to go home. He said that he will play this match and he will dedicate this match to his father. Even though the match ended draw, okay, no, there was no winner, but because of his great game, his good game of passing and every other showing all his skills, he is declared as a man of the match, okay, as a best player of the match. And and that is only the dedication, that is the dedication he showed, because he said that his father used to tell him that you have to become the best footballer. Okay, and now if you'll say that Cristiano Ronaldo is a fame, is a legend, and we can say that he is the most decorated sportsman of the world. Okay, the world he is considered as one of the most decorated sportsmen. So once it happened that one boy asked him, okay, that how we can become like you. Okay, I want to become like you. What should I do to become like you? What did he say? Believe in your capacity. Always believe in your capacity, because everybody have some or other capacity, but believe in it and work hard. Okay, work hard, give your 100% every time, and every time you work hard, practice and give your 100% whatever you are doing, and have faith in yourself, believe in your capacity, work hard and give your 100% and dream. Keep a target, because dream do comes true. Legends are the one who gambled with life. They took chances and risked everything they had to get what they wanted. Road to success is a lonely road. Learn to walk alone. Yes, it is very hard, but in the end, it is worth it. and that knowledge comes with if you don't feel like it. Sorry, that knowledge comes with an expense, but you have to start somewhere even if you don't feel like it. Get up, dress up, and show up. Wrong action leads me somewhere, but inaction will lead me nowhere, says Mahatria. So get out of your comfort zone and embrace the uncertainty. Remember, Legends embraces all kinds of uncertainty and difficulties at any given point of time. They don't choose according to their comfort zone. They always look for ways to expand their comfort zone by constantly stepping out of them. So, get up, grind, never give up, succeed, and repeat. So here it is said that legends are the one who gambled with life, who take chance, okay, who take risk in their life. Okay, so here it is said that success is a lonely road. Okay, road to success is lonely. You can't follow blindly anybody. You have to learn to walk. If you will learn, then only you will reach towards your dream, because everybody has their own dreams. So you have to learn to walk and achieve whatever you have to do. You have to grab all the knowledge, and you have to work hard. Even if you don't feel like, you have to move ahead to reach up to your target. Okay, so Mahathir said that you have to get up, get out of your comfort zone. Don't be in your comfort zone always, because a very good line here, that doing nothing can take you nowhere, but taking action can take you at least somewhere. You might come to know that this is a wrong steps I have taken, then you will go to the right path. Okay, but if you do nothing, you will never come to know that what is right path and what is wrong path. And you will always try to be, if you will always try to be in your comfort zone, you will never be able to come out of that zone and get what is reserved for you in future or in your career. So it's telling that legends always try to expand their comfort zone, always try to take steps out of the comfort zone. Okay, always try to come out of the comfort zone and embrace the difficulties of the life, and then by doing practice, make that area also, turn that area into their comfort zone, and then again they go ahead out of their comfort zone. That means they keep on practicing, they are grinding themselves, then only they have reached up to the level where we call them as a legend. Okay, so here the writer the uh, end the passage with the statement that what you have to do is get up, grind, never give up, get up, work hard, never ever give up, succeed, and repeat. Okay, keep on repeating your success story. So, with this, the, this passage gets over. Winning is not everything, but wanting to win is. So, you have to keep on practicing, take step, move ahead, work hard, do practice. Then only you will be able to get success in your life. Thank you. Thank you.